Welcome back to Cracking Off the Clock, episode number 4. Hopefully, this week we'll have better audio and video. We've had a pretty good sized complication last week, but I think we solved and fixed all of it. As you see behind us, we got our new banner in, so that's awesome. Why don't you introduce yourself? Who are you?
I don't even know at this point. I'm just kidding. I'm Austin. Like always, I guess I don't know if I'd be co-host or host, but
Co-host. I am also Jeremy. Co-host. Welcome to Cracking Off the Clock.
yeah, we got a lot to cover off this week. Definitely had a busy and complicated week.
Yeah, bad week.
It
Actually,
was pretty rough.
pretty rough week for us. So I'll go ahead and explain it.
You might as well.
So I get a phone call. I think it was Tuesday. I get a phone call, and this one called me and said, "How do you know if you broke your nose?" I'm like, "Fill me in, baby bird. What do you mean?" He's like, "I think I broke my nose." I says, "Is it crooked?" He's like, "No, but it's bleeding." I was like, "What did you do?" He said he was tightening a bolt.
I was tightening a bulkhead on that. What would that be? An
Grapple truck?
grapple truck.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, it was one in the middle, so I thought I didn't need to take the other hoses off in order to reach that one.
Yeah.
I did, because as soon as I hit myself in the face, of course, pulling the wrench towards me,
Bopped himself in the face.
right in the kisser.
He bopped himself in the face with a wrench.
Yeah.
So that was, I think, Tuesday, right?
It was Monday. I might have been Monday. I think that started our week. No, it did. It did.
That
It
started our week. Yeah. So then Tuesday, I don't think anything bad happened.
No, I think Tuesday was actually a really good day.
Which is weird because it's terrible Tuesdays normally.
Yeah, Tuesdays are not my day.
Terrible Tuesdays. So, and then Wednesday happened. So Wednesday, this is what happened. I sent one of the crews out to go install a worm gearbox and a cylinder on an all-tech bucket truck. And in the process of, they called me up, not him, but the cylinder guys called me up, and he thought he broke his finger. So he asked for some backup to get the job done. So I'm like, all right, I'll be there in a little bit. So I drive out there. I pull up behind the truck. In my world, I felt like I was pretty far back. I didn't think nothing of it. I was about 25 feet.
I say you're about
back
20 or 25 feet from
the vehicle, and of course, immediately looked at my employee's finger, and he didn't break it. He just really hurt it pretty good, but he couldn't use his hand. So I went ahead with his assistant, and we went ahead and put the gearbox in, put the cylinder and all that nonsense. Got the job done. Well, at the end of every job, any hydraulic guy will tell you that you have to exercise your cylinders. You have to exercise everything that you put back on the truck. And there's a reason.
Yeah, what's that reason?
The reason is because inside of cylinders, you have this side of the piston and that side of the piston, and it's empty because when we open them up, we empty the fluid out. But when we put it back together, there's no fluid in there. Fluid is your compressible power. So you exercise it to make sure that it's on its own power. It has its own fluid in there. Well, unfortunately, I was exercising the boom, and the boom crested 12 o'clock. So what I'm meaning, I'm going to move the microphone for a second. What I'm meaning is you have to exercise it like this, okay? So if this is the truck, and this is the primary boom, and this is the secondary boom with the man lift in here, you got to go up and down like this. Well, I was too high, and it crested 12 o'clock. Once it crests 12 o'clock, physics and gravity kick in. And that whole unit sailed down onto the top of my work truck, which is a brand new F450 Ford, and it broke my truck pretty good. We're going to show you pictures. Yeah. Right now we're looking about close to $30,000 in damage, and that's not even including the All-Tech. So the All-Tech also took damage. We're fixing that as well. So just definitely not a good day. Same day, we have possible broken finger, of course, property damage. Uh, my insurance agents are loving me right now. But then you locked keys in your van.
Yeah, and when you were guys on that same job, I was obviously doing something else, for AJR,
Yeah.
the racing team, and I thought it'd be good to lock the front of my vehicle. There was a lot going on. So I locked the 2 front doors thinking nothing of it, kept the back doors open, no biggie. There's nothing back there but tools, our supplies and stuff like that. And I think I was on the phone with you, maybe, and I was asking you details
Of what happened with
of
my
what
truck.
happened
Yeah.
and how it happened, and I closed both back doors and it honked, and I audibly go, "Nuh-uh."
He did say no on the phone. So he locked his keys in the truck. So we were batting 1,000 on
Yeah,
Wednesday. It
that was
was
great.
not a good day. Thursday, thankfully. Oh no, Thursday I did injure myself
Yeah, you hit yourself in the head.
with a wrench. I followed his lead, and I was I was on a backhoe in Winter Park, and I was taking 2 wrenches to break the hose loose, and you know how crescent wrenches, when they lock on a nut, you can't slide it off. You have to wiggle it and jiggle it and maybe smack it with a hammer to get it off the nut. Well, my phone started ringing in the trailer. It was him. So I'm doing this 2 wrenches, and I look back because, my hearing isn't so well. So I'm making sure that it was the phone, and this right wrench slipped off, and I just full swing with I think it was a 18-inch crescent wrench right into the side of my head above my ear. Almost knocked me out. So this week has not been a good week at all.
Yeah.
But we prevail. I mean, we got everything done. All the customers are up and running and all that. We had to take our hits this week. That's for sure. It was rough.
Yeah, and, some of that unfortunately is obviously preventable, how we operate on our level,
Yeah.
of course, but at the same time, there's only so much that you can do. You like you said, you live and you learn from it.
Yeah, absolutely. Anywho, so yeah, that was our week. It was just rough. So I'm out of a truck. I had to steal the crane truck out of the crane division to keep doing what I'm doing. So now they're technically down a truck. And from right now, what I hear is it's going to be September when I get the dually back. So that's pretty unfortunate, but it's out of my power. It's out of my control.
Seems like a typical Ford thing to take a little bit longer.
Hey, but listen, Ford tough, man. Ford tough.
Yes,
It took that beating. Yeah, it took that beating like a champion, like a champion. It kept going. Did I not drive it home?
you did.
Oh, I drove that home.
You don't. I don't think we had a choice then.
30. Yeah, but the Lake County sheriff that was staring at me as I was going home, dude. I know. If you're out there, I know you wanted to pull me over. Thank you for not pulling me over. Thank you. I know you wanted to pull me over, but we had to drive it home. It was towing a 5-ton trailer, so the tow bill alone on that would have been ridiculous. So I decided, let's just go ahead and put a company truck with flashers on. I'll put my flashers on, and we'll just take it low and slow. And it took us about 35 minutes to get home, but we got it back here.
Yeah.
No biggie deal. We live, we learn, and move on.
Yeah. Thankfully, we were all safe. Nobody was, I say, harmed.
Well,
But
I mean, over the last week, everyone, you included, have been sending me these hydraulic fail videos that are online.
yeah,
And, it brings me back because I was actually in real time and I saw that crane crash through my truck. And I'm like, I'm grateful that no one was in that basket. Because
no,
the funny thing, if there was anything funny, is that whole boom was filled with snakes. So when it hit the truck, it torpedoed all these snakes out onto the truck. And Dustin and Josh were actually clearing the snakes off my truck. It was great.
actual snakes.
Actual real snakes.
Oh, I didn't hear about that one.
Oh yeah, it was all over. So they moved the snakes off. I don't know if it was snake or snakes plural. I don't know. I was more interested in seeing a fiberglass platform through my windshield. I wasn't really worried about snakes, but yeah. So again, you live, you learn, you move on. I
Yeah.
mean, accidents do happen. That's why we have insurance. I'm just glad that no one was in the truck and then no one was in the man basket. Because some of these hydraulic fails that are online are every one of them so far that I've seen completely preventable.
Yeah, all of them always are.
Like, come on. I mean, if you were my crew and you were doing that, I would have to terminate you. I would have
It's
to terminate you.
awful. Some of that stuff, it's really bad,
So
and
one was an excavator.
one was an excavator, one was it was a water hose. I don't know why they labeled it as a hydraulic fail, and then there was something else, but we'll watch those towards the end of this episode.
All right, we'll get back to that.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of week. I mean, some weeks we have really good weeks. Other weeks we have really bad weeks. You just got to take your licks. You got to keep moving forward, man. That's the only thing you can do. I mean, there's no reason to get upset about it. I mean, it's not gonna do any good. So, like I said, you live and you learn.
Yeah.
Move on.
Nice.
Yeah,
So let's move into the topics that we have for this week.
love to.
Yeah. And you came up with these
I
ones.
did. You're
And
welcome.
first one right out of the gate, let's talk about blue collar bathrooms.
Okay, blue collar bathrooms.
Why?
Why? Okay, so a lot of people don't really when they're coming into the blue collar world, they just think that we're just getting dirty. And it's not true. Especially if you're a mobile guy, you're in your van usually by yourself for 8, 12, 14 hours a day. And we're all human. We have to go to the bathroom, right? So a lot of people are like, how do you guys do it with the porta potties? They're so gross. Oh my god. Yes, I will agree. They are disgusting, disgusting, vile places. I refuse unless it's an absolute emergency. I refuse to go to a porta potty. I've seen things in there that I will not be saying on the podcast, but it's disgusting. So I'll wait to go to a Wawa a racetrack, or I'll wait till I come home. If I'm close to the house, I'll go to the house. It just why racetrack and Wawa? Because their bathrooms are the cleanest
Yeah.
of all the convenience stores. 7-Eleven, they need to tighten up. Y'all need to tighten up.
No, they all need to tighten up. And what I mean by that is like for us, you're exactly right. We're by ourselves. We don't have a hand washing station or anything like that. And what sucks about it is a lot of people think, oh, you use the restroom, you wash your hands. For us, it's wash your hands, then use the restroom,
Then wash
then
your
wash
hands
your
again.
hands again. A
Yeah.
lot of people forget that last part, but
Isn't that gross?
it's pretty bad.
Dude, how many people have you seen, men, go into a public bathroom and then just walk right out? It's like you just dropped a hot deuce in that stall and you just walked out of here scratching his face. That's what pink eye, man. Nasty. Y'all y'all need y'all need Jesus. Wash your hands, man.
Got
Sorry.
that one out?
Sorry.
No, I feel bad for, when I get done with a job, I do need to come up with something, some sort of water system in my own van, just water. That's it. I mean, just to get the grit off. It's normally the sand that bothers me. That's why I don't like the beach that much. I mean, I grew up in Florida, so I'm not a fan of the beach. Sand is literally everywhere by the time you're done. And it's the
Absolutely.
same thing with the job site. It's everywhere by the time you're done. That's what irritates me the most. It's not the ooey gooey oil and stuff like that. It's the freaking sand and dirt.
Like that one dozer that's all you had is sand and dirt
That
and
was it.
oil.
It's everywhere.
Yeah. So that's why I wanted to bring up bathroom and that came up this past week because I was forced to using a porta potty. I was too far out and I was too far gone.
So my opinion is I don't mind them as much.
Do you do the hover?
I do the hover.
The hover. Yeah.
I have to.
Yeah.
Or I'll like baby bird it and squat over it sometimes.
Okay.
That's a joke.
I mean, I was picturing, I'm like, you got the room in there? I mean, all right, cool.
I would never.
I mean, if I got to do the number one, they usually got the side wall urinal. No problem. I'll do that all day. It's the number two Dookie Dukes. You know what I mean? You gotta plan your moves. You gotta plan your moves.
We're gonna move on. The
Just
next
saying.
next one is GPS fails.
Yeah, all right. GM GPS fails.
Have you had
So,
another one recently?
dude, almost every day.
Really?
Every day. You're just cooking along, and then all of a sudden GPS gets all weird and makes you do a U-turn and go back 15 miles, and it's like, "But why?"
Yeah.
So normally you can keep driving straight and it'll reconfigure, but GPS fails, man. It'll get because we're mobile techs, we drive everywhere, so, and we don't know 99.9% of the addresses that we're going to, so we have to depend on GPS and, GPS on the truck screen or on the cell phones or something like that, and almost every time GPS fail.
It's pretty rough. Only remember I've only had that one bad incident where we had to come home and I was almost in tears how dirty my van was. I was surprised we didn't get stuck out there.
Didn't you
Oh,
just drop, over a 5-gallon pail of oil in the back of your van?
I did. We'll get to that. I was so mad about that. And we literally passed that guy's house when
Yeah.
we were on the way out there.
Oh, I do remember
That
that.
no
We drove right
trespass.
past them.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
we had to turn around and then he got us with his four-wheeler
Oh, no,
or
we didn't
side
turn
by
around.
side.
The GPS sent us all the way out underneath power lines on a power line road that we had no business in a transit being on,
No.
because there were some times where he was like, "Well, how do you want me to do it?" I'm like, "You need to back up and gun it to get through, the puddles." And, because we just had, all these rain that came through. We had no business being back there, and especially in a two-wheel drive transit, and the dude, when we called him, we gave him a pin drop where we were at, and he even questioned, he's like, "How did you get back there, and why are you back there?" I said, "This is where GPS took us, man."
Yeah.
And he came out with an ATV to pick us up. It was wild.
And we had to do the same thing back.
Yeah,
It was
we had
rough.
to gun it, and he was just laughing
It was
hysterically.
fun, but I'm still getting mud out
But,
of my van from
with that being
underneath.
said, I broke down last week, not this past week, but the week before. I blew out one of my tires in the dually that got crushed with a crane. I blew out a huge nail, probably the size of that monster can, went through my tire and just completely blew out the tire. So, um, yeah, we're taking our licks on our service trucks, that's for sure. But
Yeah.
GPS fail every time. God, every time. I have almost no faith in GPS.
My biggest thing with GPS is considering I've had decent experience with it, and not too bad. But my biggest thing is when people send exact pin drops
Yeah.
and then the equipment moves and no communication's been said of what's
And it's
happening.
5 blocks down the road or
Yeah,
something, yeah.
because that's where it broke down at. That's where they ran out of oil or that's where they ran out of diesel or whatever the case is. That's what irritates me
Yeah.
about GPS is, "Oh, the machine, it's right here."
If it's a building, the buildings won't move, but equipment moves constantly.
Yeah. All right. So, third topic. You put generation gaps with restoring cars and what's next?
Ah. Ooh. Alright, so where that came from is, well, our current client that that we're finishing up his job on Monday, it's Al Unser Jr.'s race car garage.
Yeah.
He's got, and in my world, where I'm from, the people that I grew up with and my age range, they're like, "Dude," like, we have a good friend of ours named Chris Pesci, termite.
Mhm.
He's a Porsche guy, and this garage is nothing but Porsches and Ferraris and like race cars, from the Rolex 24, the Sebring 12. He has the F1 circuit cars there. He has so when we were there last time taking the cylinders out, there was I want to say it's a Lapuna. I think I'm pronouncing that wrong, but the guy says there's like only 6 of them on Earth.
Yeah, the one that was unfinished and unpainted.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
like 6 of them, and I walked around a corner. I immediately recognized it. I'm like, "Is that what I think it is?" And he was like, "Yeah." And, because he's my age too, so it's like we were kinda geeking out about that, but then I brought Josh, who's how old's Josh? 18?
18, 19.
18, 19? He comes around, he's like, "Meh," and he wanted something technology, shiny and bright, and, this is a 1960s race car. All right, so I know we're way off subject, but race cars, for anybody that has never been in one or been around one, they're not pleasant. They're race cars. There's no creature comforts, there's no nothing in there. The seats are uncomfortable. If you don't think a race car driver is an athlete, you're sadly mistaken. If to drive one of these cars as long as they do, especially with the 24-hour and the 12-hour, they are definitely athletes. So, he looked at it and he's like, "It's just an uncomfortable bucket seat and a steering wheel. There's nothing else to it." And it's like, okay. So that's where that came from is, I look at things like we were looking at a house and they had an what was it, an SS Camaro in the garage that he was restoring.
Oh,
That barn find?
yeah, the first gen Camaro.
Yeah, it was a numbers matching, which I know the cameras can't see this, but we have 2 sub 20-year-olds behind the cameras right now. I'm asking them questions. I know you can't see their reaction, but do you know what numbers matching car means? Shakes head no, shakes the head no. Do you know what a numbers matching car means?
Yeah.
Yeah, that means that the serial numbers that are on the chassis, the engine, I think the transmission, maybe the
It
transmission?
depends.
Engine and chassis for sure and
Yeah.
body, they all have to be numbers matching, and that means the value goes up, and this was a numbers matching Camaro, and again, I was geeking out about it, and I was thinking to myself, the people that were with us that when they saw that, they could care less.
Yeah.
They could really care less. That's where that came from. It's like, wow, it's definitely that culture that I think that car culture in a whole will die.
No, and it is sad to say that because there are people, I'm not just going to say kids, but there are
Yeah,
grown adults now that they don't care to see the older vehicles,
yeah.
the antiques now.
Oh, it doesn't have Wi-Fi? It doesn't have Bluetooth?
It doesn't
You
have
can't
a
pop the glove box with a button on your steering wheel?
it doesn't have a 24-inch radio touchscreen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This all right, car manufacturers, you guys are getting ridiculous with your car screens. Like, I saw a Dodge Ram all right, a Ram,
There we go.
okay? I swear to you, the center screen was this big.
Yeah.
I was
They're
like,
getting bigger and bigger.
I mean, next thing you know, I mean, look at the new Escalade.
Yeah.
I want the
The
new Escalade.
the EV
The
one?
EV one, the one the dashboard's the entire screen.
Look, I know it's Pride Month, but
You don't like it?
no, that
That's
thing
a
is awful.
gorgeous truck.
That thing is awful.
Oh my god, that's a gorgeous truck.
No,
But
I mean, I can't agree more with, the size of the radios and stuff. I understand that, as years go on, things need to improve and stuff like that. And I've had vehicles that have the big screens, and I wanted the vehicles that had the big screens, and I got the vehicle with a big screen. And guess what? I didn't use
the big screen.
the big screen. I never used all of the features on it. I really don't use Apple CarPlay. Even if I had a Samsung, what is it? Google Play,
No, Android Auto.
whatever, tomato, tomato. I
Such an
just
Android hater.
I don't use that stuff, and that's another reason why I wanted, the RAM that I have now. I have a 2016. It's got a smaller radio. It literally has radio, CD, which I mean, I don't use the
Do you have
CD.
heat?
I don't have heat,
He doesn't have heat.
but
Look, he's even like, "You don't have a heat?"
I don't have heat.
He doesn't
No.
have What do you mean you don't have heat?
It's the love of the game, man. I
Yeah,
mean,
man.
it is what it is.
It's that car culture, right? So
You got to find you have to, for
and
me, you have to find the enjoyment of what a car or a truck can actually be
in
for you.
our world, it's, "Do you look cool?" It's seriously, "Do you look cool?" I come from the
Yeah.
mini truck world. I have a lot of mini truck friends that are still out there. Some are pushing six-figure trucks down the road, right?
Yeah.
And then, all right, I took Smiley. I don't know who else was with us, but I remember this comment. Smiley looked at an old 68 Volkswagen Beetle, and it had the even earlier air conditioning. The can that hangs off the passenger window? Okay. All right. It was like picture a coffee can hanging out of the passenger window. That was your air conditioning. What it was air hit the can, it deflected the air inside the car. There was your air conditioning.
Yeah.
She was mind blown about that. I was like, "That's how it was back then."
Yeah, people are this generation, they really mistake what vehicles actually are or were.
Well,
Back then, driving was a pleasure. It's not something that everybody had.
man, when I
Same
got
thing with
my license
flying.
at 15, 16 years old, back then, which was 1994, no, 92, right?
Mhm.
I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to get behind the wheel of a car.
Yep.
Now, you look at most of the younger generation, they could care less about driving. They could care less,
Yep.
and that's why most of these cars are, uh, I don't know what the word is, were they self-drive?
Self-driving.
Well, self-driving, I was thinking like a autonomous?
That's a crazy word.
I know,
Spell it.
no.
Yeah. Me either.
But self-driving where they just press a button and they kick back and they play on their phone while the car does their driving for you, and that scare like an old guy like me, that scares me because I was taught how to drive with reaction.
Yeah.
I don't even you get caught. You look at that, backup camera, and I'm like, "How are you backing up in a spot just using that camera?"
Yeah.
I've gotta use the mirrors, but, I mean but that's my generation versus yours versus the younger people, but check this out. Ready for the mind blow? Wait till the young generation gets to my generation.
Yeah.
Imagine what they're gonna look at their young generation and be like,
Yeah, I couldn't imagine.
"Oh my god, I don't know where cars are gonna" I mean, flight? Cars flying around?
I mean, that's what we thought was gonna
I mean,
happen by
they've been
now.
saying that for 40 years, so I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know, maybe no driving. Maybe no one
Where are
such
you
as,
going out with that thought?
rail, like trains and, public transit.
Uh-huh.
Maybe people are just gonna give up completely on cars because the people that don't have cars, they don't have car payments, car insurance, gas, energy if it's electric, nothing,
No, I've
so
seen within the time span of this year alone, I've seen more people on e-bikes, the scooters,
yeah.
than I've ever seen before.
I
And
just
I
saw a
really don't
video
blame them.
I just saw a video of a teenager just scooting on his EV scooter
Yep.
right into the fender of a moving sheriff. We're gonna have to pull that video up, and the sheriff obviously stopped, and the kid got up, he was like, "I'm alright, I'm alright." I just it's like when they get on those things, they don't know road rules.
Well, is that even they know road rules, but how fast they're going either.
Those things
This
those
thing
things get
those things scoot.
those things scoot. So, we're making fun of, a very, I think it was on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
A TikTok famous video with the whole, "I'm scooting." Well, we have a customer, I'm not gonna mention my name, but I know he's watching. We have a customer that is an identical brother to that
Yeah,
guy.
I as soon as you sent me that video, I was like, "What?"
Yeah, yeah, it was and we actually went to go do work for that guy, and I walked around the corner, I was like, "Scooting," I was kinda, like, mimicking the guy, like, "I put jet fuel in it," or whatever,
3%.
so
3%
it's
jet
like
fuel.
and he's like, "I don't know what you're talking about," and then we showed him the video, and he just looked, and he's
Eh.
like,
Oh my.
"Oh my." I was like, "That's you, dude," and he's like, "No, that's not me." So, now we just call him Scootin'.
Yeah.
But that's where that came from is just the culture in itself. I mean, it's I don't know. I mean, you get the I'm gonna do it, and it's gonna be so cringy, and I'm sorry. But the kids that do this when you drive by, I don't know what that means. I think it means loud or
Well, we saw it at Chick-fil-A. That
that
kid.
guy.
That was really bad. That was a prime example. Yeah, he'll show you what this kid it's been a while since I've seen somebody like that, but that's literally what he looked like.
Yeah.
In his
Squatted truck,
tooted.
his toot truck, and he was just hanging out. And this is him at Chick-fil-A hanging out of his window.
Yeah.
It was like,
It was so bad.
I don't know how anybody, one, finds that intelligent, and two, finds that attractive.
I was just gonna say attractive. I know that's
I
what
don't
he's
get it.
doing. It's like peacocking.
Yeah,
It,
something
it's
like that. I
very
mean,
odd.
granted, I was in the '90s, so we had Jinko jeans and, we had the stuff
Well, yeah,
that's
everybody had their own style and their own time and their own era,
yeah.
but this kid was literally in the truck by himself in his
Yeah.
dirty, muddy. I think it was an F 150.
Somebody said that that's like the new trend is to keep your truck dirty.
For some people, it is.
Now listen,
It's
they ain't gonna be this guy.
no,
I drop cranes through my truck, but I damn sure won't have dirt on it.
yeah. As
Yeah.
soon as there's a love bug on his
But
truck,
that's where that came from is just the car culture, the motorcycle culture, whatever. I'm just the thing with a motor culture is how different it is between the generations now.
yeah, it's that gearhead culture.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own likes and their dislikes. Like I love the station wagons. There's a lot of hate
I love
towards them,
station
and
wagons
there's
too.
a lot of love towards them.
I love the station wagons.
All of them.
I'll say all of them. Yeah, I'll do it. My favorite, you know what my favorite is? Of course,
Oh, you're talking about the
The
Porsche.
Porsche Panorama. All
Yeah,
right. The second favorite is that Audi.
the RS8, RSV8, or
I don't
something like
know, but
that.
that man, that thing
RV8.
is nice. And now, well, all right. So BMW just released that they're coming out with a actual truck to compete with the Ram TRX
Yeah.
and the Ford Raptor, and it's going to have the M power plant.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of heat out there, so that'll be kind of. I do have technically own two BMWs. Technically, one's a Toyota Supra. If anybody knows, it's not a true enthusiast Supra. It's not made by Toyota. It's made by BMW. Has Toyota badges, but we do have a Supra.
And you know what's crazy about that? On your engine and transmission, there are BMW logos all over it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Also the sport bike, the BMW sport bike, and trust me that there's a ton of problems with both, electronically.
Yeah, I would say more electronically, more
Yeah.
than mechanically. BMW, or well, German engineering altogether, I feel like has done a lot better with mechanically,
Which when I was at the tattoo appointment today, I saw a young kid, early 20s, jumping on his Ducati, V4 Pangali.
or yeah,
Is it the V4 Pangali? I think I'm selling it right.
maybe.
And it sounded like a bunch of nuts and bolts in a tin can when he fired it up, and I'm like and the tattoo artist was like, "What?" I'm like, I'm laughing out loud, and I was like, "That engine sounds like it's gonna blow."
Most of those bikes, they sound like that.
It's rough.
After their break-in period and their first oil change, after that, hot garbage.
Anybody knows my family, we all ride motorcycles. If or we have even Slade, he rides dirt bikes, and Slade's a monster. And I only said monster because I saw the monster can. He is a beast I mean, we have a Kawasaki 250 that was built by Team Kawasaki, and this bike scares me. You've never been on it.
I've never been on it.
I should get it out. But he got on it the first time, and I think he was in shorts and a shirt, no helmet,
Not a
no
chance.
nothing. And I think he had, I don't even know what shoes he had on. And we live on a corner, like a 45-degree bank corner. And I heard it coming. And I'm like, man, I'm looking at his mom and I'm like, man, he's really getting some, getting it, getting. I saw him and he down there pulled it into a wheelie going around the corner and just straight down the road as fast as I. And let me tell you, I've been riding for 30 plus years. That bike scares me. So, I mean, he even rides. We all have sport bikes. Even Kim has a sport bike. So I think the only one that doesn't ride is Smiley. But
She never will.
I mean,
She barely likes driving.
she doesn't like driving at all. Which is fair. I mean, I hope she finds someone that'll drive her around everywhere or a chauffeur or something.
Yeah.
But I enjoy driving. It's very
I wouldn't say peaceful, but
therapeutic.
I would say it's more like down to earth.
Yeah, therapeutic.
Yeah, that's why I really
I wouldn't say
enjoy.
peaceful.
Not at all.
I wouldn't. I mean, there's some stressful ass people out there.
Yeah, that's another reason why I like working at night.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's peaceful. Oh my gosh.
So that's where all that nonsense came from.
But yeah, there's nothing to me as a gearhead and to my other fellow gearheads, there is nothing better than just cruising in like third or fourth gear.
Yeah.
Cruising.
Especially if you're a gearhead, you can listen to the hum of the engine. EV guys don't get that, which is a shame. But the hum of the engine, especially a V8, versus a V6 versus a four-cylinder. You can definitely tell the differences.
Like, even my fiance, she'll even be like, "Why are you driving with no music on?" I'm just listening. I'm listening to the motor. I'm listening to the transmission, switch gears. That's
I
all
mean,
I'm
I do it with
listening
the
to.
dually. I mean, when I'm pulling a load, load,
God.
load. It's the six. What is it? 6.7? Yeah. Okay.
You should watch the video I just sent you.
6.7. It's a 6.7. And when I'm pulling 5 tons behind it, it'll get in a 10th gear and hum at like 2,100 RPM. And you could put the windows down, radio off, and just listen to it. And it just the listen to a diesel, rolling at 65 into 65. Um,
I get what you're getting at.
yeah. Um, yeah, just to listen to that engine. EV guys won't, I mean, they don't have anything to listen to. Those things are like a fart in church, man.
Yeah.
They're quiet as
I
hell.
know they try to do the fake noises, the "wow."
Yeah, but they scare me though, because they'll pull up and it's like, I'm in my own little world, and I
No.
turn around, there's a car right there, and I'm
What
like, God
scares me
dang it.
is the hybrids that are in reverse, and they make the angel noises.
The what?
The
Nope.
w You don't know what I'm talking
No, I have
about.
no idea.
I gotta play you a video. It literally sounds like angels are coming down from heaven. It is the weirdest thing. You'd be like, "What is that?"
I've never heard of that.
So
I'm looking at my EV people. You know what he's talking about?
EV vehicles,
He
hybrids,
does.
they have to make noise under, like, a certain mile per hour. Like, I think his Tesla doesn't because it's pre that law
Yeah.
and regulation.
Wow.
So all these new vehicles, they have to make a noise. Even Beth's sister's Accord,
Yeah.
it does that.
Is hers EV?
It's not EV, it's a hybrid.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I can't get okay. So going back in roping it back in blue collar, majority of the blue collar guys that are out there, especially on construction sites or in production plants or things like that, most all of us across the board are some sort of gearhead.
I mean, even our newest employee that's gonna be coming here on Monday,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm gonna trade my truck in." "Cool, what you getting?" "A diesel."
Yep.
Yeah, saw that one coming
So
from a
he has a
mile
jacked
away.
up Chevrolet, right?
I wouldn't say jack. I think it's stock
It.
height, but he's got different wheels
I mean,
on
he's got
it,
different. It looks lifted
ish,
ish. I think he has 35s on. I think.
ish.
But I thought it was four-wheel drive. And then you asked him if it's four-wheel drive, and he said, "No, it's two."
I
And it
just
stopped me, and I looked at him like, "You bought a two-wheel drive truck?"
Yeah, I asked him so just in case if he needed a park where we park.
Yeah, you definitely need two. You definitely need four-wheel drive.
Yeah, that's why I asked him.
Yeah, it's the culture I think is dying out. It's not fun.
I know there are some people that still try to bring on that legacy, whether it's their parents, they drove mini trucks or, drifting or racing or anything like that. They're trying to get back into it and they're trying to make sure it doesn't die. And I think that's great.
Yeah, I do too.
But I really feel like we need, there's going to be some hot takes on this. I feel like bullying and gatekeeping needs to come back 100%.
Wow.
Yeah, without a doubt. Because these takeovers and stuff that are happening everywhere
Yeah.
is because there's none of that.
The,
In
the,
my
the
honest opinion,
takeover is ruining the culture. Anybody knows? You want to explain what a takeover is?
I couldn't even tell you. I just see a lot of people acting a fool.
All right, so a takeover is when a group of enthusiasts, I'm going to
I
quote
wouldn't
that,
even use that word.
go to a specific area, whether it's a parking lot or a road, an intersection, something like that, and they literally do that. They take it over, and it is no longer allowed to be used other than what they're using it for, which is incredibly illegal.
And it's hundreds and hundreds of people. It's not just like,
It's
10,
not like
15
three or four
people.
guys
Yeah. It's hundreds of people that are stopped at an intersection just
doing burnouts.
whipping the shitties.
Yeah, that is definitely making everybody that drives anything aftermarket, anything loud, just in a bad limelight
Yeah.
for the rest. So I don't approve of that at all. I don't get that at all. The racing stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna be a hypocrite. Every once in a while, I like to twist the throttle. Every once in a while, I like to put that right pedal down. You know, every once in a while, but I'll do it in a safe manner. I'll do it out to where there's no one, no one
In a
around.
not a controlled environment. I'm going to stop.
My dad used to say, "Save it for the racetrack," and that's fine and dandy, but when was the last time I've been to a racetrack?
They're shutting them all down,
They're shutting them all down. Why? Because people are just being dumb.
even at the racetracks,
Even at the racetrack, people are just being dumb. So,
or
uh,
egotistical.
give it 10 or 20 years, and I think the entire culture as a whole, it won't be
I
anymore.
bet you you're gonna have a license to have some sort of gas-powered vehicle. I mean, I think we could talk about gearhead stuff all day. I mean, even pulling up on my phone, I immediately see stuff, and I think that's the problem. Social media presence. We see all this cool stuff. Ooh, that looks nice, and we don't have our own. Okay, some people have their own strong opinions about things, but I
Yeah.
really feel like that social media stuff has really put us in the wrong hands.
People, no matter what you're talking about, people on social media platforms get off by throwing shade. You
Sometimes
could
it's good.
you
Sometimes it's good
I mean,
shade.
constructive criticism is good. I give you that, but, like, I saw a video today, the guy owned an S1000R BMW motorcycle, and he was throwing his own bike shade. And, like, if you own this bike, you're garbage, you wear white gloves, you have some sort of compression shirt, you go to the gym, and you only work waist up, you don't have any legs,
But,
it's like,
like, that's the thing though, is there's a lot of those vehicles where for the bike culture, it's the S1000, the H2, sometimes the M1000 if you get one of them rich guys, the Ducati.
oh,
Those are your guys that you're gonna see on social media and that are people are gonna fanboy out
alright.
on.
Since we're talking about super bikes, what about the Ducati Lamborghini? You s
Overpriced, and I mean, if you see one, I mean, you better take a picture because it'll probably be the last one you see.
I mean, we saw one, and
That's what I mean.
it was I mean, that's why I bought my bike, it's just because the way it looks.
And that's the thing though, that's how it should be,
Yeah, the way it
right?
looks.
That's why I bought my Ram, the way it looks, the
Yeah,
way it operates.
exactly. Yeah, I mean, for the blue collar stuff, I mean, you can pretty much go on any job site anywhere and probably spark a conversation just talking about and you'll get those guys that, the backwoods guys are like, "I'm building a 427, I'm gonna put it in my CUDA." You get those guys, it's like,
It
"Okay."
has open headers, there's no
Which wait a minute,
exhaust.
just do you guys know what a 427 or a CUDA is? Nothing. Yeah, see? That's I'm telling you, it's dying. So, the Plymouth Barracuda, it was considered as a muscle car in the '70s, and, people it came with the straight six, and the straight six is just it's a good tractor motor,
Yeah.
but not a good high performance motor, so people take them out, put a 427 in, which means no numbers matching car, and they put a 427 in it, and now you're fast, so, but again, they're proving my point that, I think the gearhead, the car culture is just dying as wait till they have children and their children have children. And then if I'm still around and alive, I'd love to go back in this conversation and talk to them like Andrea or Levi and Landon. And when they go up to and get into their spacecraft, when they get their spacecraft license and ask them, how do you think of car culture? And they'll, no, I don't think it's going to be there.
Yeah. I think Landon might have that CUDA 427 mindset,
He might.
but out of them.
He might. Yeah, he might.
But yeah, I think you're exactly right. Let's talk about emergencies versus non-emergencies.
All right. So the reason why I brought that up is we're in the field of hydraulics. Okay, we do heavy equipment repair hydraulics. So we're the cardiovascular surgeons. You've heard this before. Okay, 100% of our calls that come in is an emergency. 100%, and rightfully so. I get it. Their machine's down. They need to continue to do their job. However, an emergency what you think is an emergency and what we actually think is an emergency, we have to prioritize. So when we get multiple calls in at a time, I have to quickly I'm going to try to handle all calls at the same time, but we only have so many vehicles.
Yeah.
So I have to prioritize what actually is an emergency versus can this wait?
Yeah.
Can this wait? I have an actual emergency over here. Can it wait? And most of the time people don't like to hear that. And what they do is because there's, multiple companies out here that do what we do, and they'll immediately hang up the phone and call the next guy. Immediately hang the phone, call the next guy. And that's where that pet peeve from episode 1, episode 2 that come in, that where we have to race to the job because other companies are also being dispatched out to it. And,
Yeah.
you know,
And it's kind of funny that you bring that up too, because wasn't today's service call an emergency?
an absolute emergency. Where was that call at?
Yeah, that was that Cape Canaveral?
Cape Canaveral, where
Yeah,
the rocket that exploded on the pad. I don't know if anybody's seen that on social media, but huge Blue Origins rocket.
Blue Origins rocket.
Blue Origins rocket blew up on the pad during a test launch, and you should go back and see that fireball.
Yeah.
That's
So I was speaking with those guys today, all of them. I mean, there was thousands of people on this site and thousands or hundreds of pieces of equipment too. And what
cleaning it
was
all up.
cleaning it all up. It was a demolition site. There I was obviously escorted onto the site because it was on a military base, which was cool to see. I haven't been on a military base, so that was actually pretty cool, going through the whole process on that. Bunch of loopholes, eventually got to it, and driving to and going back out took the longest part about that entire job, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Literally, because we got a call saying, "Oh, hydraulic line blew," or hydraulic line blew out on a skid steer and needs to be fixed as soon as possible.
Yep.
911 pretty much from whoever got the
We had
call.
like 6 people involved in this call.
It was impeccable.
Yeah.
And this whole thing, I turns out that this line was actually blown for like 4 days from what
Oh,
I was told, and nobody was coming out to fix it. But I get there and I shit you not, maybe took me 30 seconds.
to fix it.
Yeah.
It's yeah, I mean, a lot of red tape when you're especially on a government, facility, a lot of red tape. You were with me, at another company that does government work where no video recording, no phones, no audio equipment, no nothing is allowed at all into these secured rooms. I'm not name dropping, but into these secured rooms where we go, and, yeah, you have to follow rules. So when you go out to Cape Canaveral, NASA,
Yeah,
it's serious out there.
I was gonna take some photos. I did take photos of the equipment because we have to capture,
Yep, we have to do that.
equipment number. We have to capture, what the equipment looked like before and after, we get done with the job that we were doing. Obviously, just to cover our own butts. But at the same time, I did ask, my escort. He was super cool.
You had 2 escorts.
I had more than that.
You had 2 escorts.
I felt like the president of the United States coming
Little
into
flags on your
I
fenders.
I might as well have. It was insane. I had a guy driving me on site. I had a truck in front of me, and there was eventually another guy that came in behind me.
Yeah.
And we all piled up right in front of the skid steer.
What's scary is if you go to the office, the center, they have a room bigger than this room, and it's nothing but computer screens of how many security cameras
Yeah.
are all over that base.
Oh yeah.
You can't do anything on that base without being recorded
Yeah.
at all. So a bright red van coming down the road, they're definitely gonna
Oh, I mean, within 30, not even 30 seconds, I would say 15, 20 seconds, I had somebody coming up to me. It was almost insane.
yeah,
I was like, okay,
yeah,
well, this is cool. Can I help you?
yeah.
Yep, actually.
And we've got a lot of military bases around here, so we've got, a lot of I don't say military bases, government contractors. Northrop Grumman is, right up the road. Boeing is here.
Mhm.
We have, what's the school over in Daytona? Oh, the aeronautical school.
Oh,
The one you know what I'm talking about.
Emery Riddle.
There it is. So you got government employees going in and out of there, recruiting constantly. So we have government everywhere around here.
Yeah.
So we have to actually have badges. Badges? We don't need no stinking badges. What movie?
I can't. That
No,
was crazy. That was a crazy
oh,
take.
that was Mel Brooks, man. That's Blazing Saddles. Um, but we actually have badges, Jacksport and Twic badge. But now we have to get a new badge.
I forget what they call it. It's like a D something badge.
in your mouth.
Yeah, might as well be. I got the visitor badge. I kept it.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Yeah, but we
I
gotta actually get that that government get on any base badge.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So we'll work that out. Again, just like this recording with the podcast, just like with the TikTok live. I know we're having hiccups with the TikTok live and the internet, and we live in Area 51, I guess. But we're working everything out, as we go. So if we get more government contracts, then we'll pursue because I'm pretty sure that's a red tape nightmare to get that badge.
Oh, I'm 100%
I'm
sure.
sure of it, but we'll end up getting it eventually.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about stuff happening inside our mobile units,
Okay.
vehicles.
Okay. Go ahead.
That was another Monday thing.
Go
As
ahead.
soon as I clocked in,
Yep.
that was, what was that from?
So I learned this a long time ago. When you take a 5-gallon pail and you don't have a
Oh,
lid
that's what
on
it
it
was.
and it's filled with fluid, and then you put hoses in it
You
that are up and
stack 'em
around,
up.
you're top heavy. So
So
when you start shaking, and especially you were parked on a hill,
oh my
what
gosh.
happens? Bucket falls over,
I
all that
was
fluid all over the back of the truck.
it was too because it was a busy Friday, and I had so many worn out, beat up hoses back there, long and thick
Were
hoses.
they moist?
After I
So they're
got
long,
done with
thick,
it
and moist.
after I got done with it, they sure were. But I was so mad because I didn't even think about it because I didn't even clean it up on Friday. I was like, you know what? It's like 5:30, 6 o'clock. It's after hours. I'm gonna clock out, and this is just gonna be a Monday thing.
Yep.
And Monday thing, it sure turned out to be because I opened my back doors and it was flooded with
It was like a
fluid.
river coming out of the back of his Transit
Oh my god.
onto the bumper. It was a mess. It was a supreme mess. But
I was upset about it because we supposedly had a 911 again.
so I have a picture in the trailer. I have a picture. I had an upright toolbox, a stackable.
Yeah.
And one night I was coming home. I don't know what happened, but when I opened up the door at the customer, when I was there getting ready to work on the machine, the entire box fell over and all the tools and everything were everywhere. I have a picture. I audibly gasped. I'm like, you have got to be shitting me. And it was a night call too. And I closed the door and I just looked at the customer and I locked it and I just looked at him. I was like, I'm going to handle this job without going in there. And he just was like, he saw my frustration and my anger and he's like, okay, moving on. So I came home and I didn't even clean it up that night. I don't know if you guys remember that. I just didn't even clean it up. I was like, you know what? They took out the door, the wall, the toolbox was destroyed, everything. All the tools were everywhere. So, when you're in a mobile unit going on the road, that's usually when we're building trucks. I like to take them on test drives to listen. It's kind of like that whole listening to the engine.
Yeah.
You phase that out and you listen to what's moving around in the back. And I lucked out because I had little ones that I was going taken to and from school.
Mhm.
So usually they were in the back and I'm like, "What's making that noise?" And they would hunt it down while I'm driving.
You're not talking about in the trailer, are you?
No, no,
Okay.
no, in mobile vans,
Okay.
not in the trailer.
I
No,
was like, "Oh my god."
in the trailer, when I park and I see something falling down or something broken, I have to figure out how to brace it back up to where it won't do that. It'll take you a while.
Yeah.
It'll definitely take you a while. But magnets and Velcro are your friends back there. That's for sure. That is absolutely for sure.
Yeah. I can definitely preach on that one. Thankfully, we actually got everything secured in my van. The only issue that I have is parts falling off.
Yeah. I mean,
I
you'll
mean,
have that.
there's nothing you can do about that.
Not really. Not with how many parts we carry.
Yeah.
There's just no way. No way. And we bought the biggest bins and all that, and it just how much we stack in the trailers or in the trucks. So you're always gonna have them fall out.
I mean, even when we were going down, when we got lost way out
Oh,
there
behind the transit?
behind
Mm.
through it.
It felt like Dukes of Hazzard episode. I
It was
swear to you,
so
Bo and
bad,
Luke Duke right here. I mean,
but it was fun.
man,
But I was surprised though that nothing came loose. The only thing I dropped was some JIC fittings.
yeah,
That was it.
I was impressed that I was I had flashbacks to when that toolbox fell in the trailer,
I told you nothing is going anywhere.
and I'm like, "Man, oh, man, what's gonna happen?"
When we started building that van, he was like, "I'm going to hurricane test this." And I'm not exaggerating. One whole side is literally just a parts rack. And I got a toolbox, our table, our crimp table, and a hose rack on the other side. But this one rack, I mean, it's heavy on its own, but with parts and everything, it's a couple 100 pounds.
More than that, probably.
That's what I
Yeah.
mean. But I put way too many bolts in this thing
Me and him grabbed onto it, and we
and
just started violently
shook the
shaking
crap
it.
out of
The
it.
truck, and nothing moved. So I'm like, "You're good.
Yeah.
They're good."
Whoever gets that van next, I'm so sorry.
But the van is fast, and what does it do? It scoots
I was like, "What?"
compared to the Freightliner.
Yeah, I mean, everything's gonna outpace that Freightliner.
Yeah, absolutely.
So key principles of running customer service, the triangle. Let's start with the triangle.
You don't know what the triangle
I
is?
don't know what you're referring to as a triangle.
Okay, you do though. So you have good service, quality, and speed.
Yeah.
You can have 2, but not all 3.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what I'm talking about with the triangle. A lot of people want all of it. They want it fast, they want it cheap, and they want it good. And you're just not going to get that. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. Especially the whole fast thing. I push the guys to go fast to do because time is of the essence. This equipment needs to come up. However, when I say go fast, I mean take your time. And I know that's confusing.
Unfortunately, I know what you mean.
I know. Hey, see, I know it's confusing, but I want them to get it done as fast as we can, but I want it to be done right. And if that means that if they have to slow down to do a certain job, then that's what they have to do. Are you going to get it cheap? No. I'm sorry. No. And why? It's because I'm pulling up a 6-figure hose shop to your job site.
Yeah.
Um, Not many people out there have the capabilities that we have.
Yeah.
So to pull up, it's basically uprooting a bricks and mortar, taking it to your job site and going, okay, open for business. What do you want? Um, it's not going to be cheap. I mean, all this stuff costs money. So, and then the quality is the quality of product, the quality of person, their training, and the end result. I mean, does it work? Will it continue to work? Um, so you can only have 2 of the 3. The other one is the simple principle with the triangle is with training versus speed again. You could take a new guy, and again, we have a new guy starting on Monday, but I can promise you that he's not going to run his own job for months. I can promise you. Is he? Does he know about equipment? Yeah, he was an operator.
Yeah.
He was a superintendent on a job, so he knows about construction. He knows about the rules, hard hat, all that nonsense. But does he know hydraulics? He might, but not to the level of where we're at.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to go through, the training cycle. And a lot of guys, I've trained probably hundreds, if not thousands, of people in my career, and they all are like, "I want to do this next week." No, you're going to hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Or you're going to hurt somebody. Look at me. I was operating a piece of equipment and I dropped it through $140,000 truck. So,
It's an expensive work truck.
you know what I mean? I mean, but
No, I don't.
accidents happen, and we try to prevent said accidents from happening, and especially with a rookie that is just coming in. That's going to lay on me, and that's going to lay on you
Yeah.
if he gets hurt. So
That's the thing too. It's not just the training of the hydraulics; it's also the safety of them too.
absolutely, it's a huge safety factor. So that's what I meant by the whole triangle thing, and the key principles of running customer service is the number one principle. What is the number one principle out there in the field?
Drink water.
with customer service. Safety, right? Drink water is too because we are Floridians, but it is safety. And I told you if it's not safe, don't do it.
Yeah, 100%. There's plenty of
Period.
times where it's just like if we're not all agreeing that this is a safe environment right here, we are not doing it.
Period. We will stop. And if that means that we lose the job, then we lose the job. That customer obviously wants fast and cheap. We are not fast and cheap.
Yeah, we're not going to be fast and cheap just because you can't move your dump truck so we can fill your reservoir.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, oh yeah.
That was insane.
So I mean, yeah, so the key principles in my world is safety, 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 safety. Yeah, I can't preach that enough. I don't care about anything else. I want to make sure that you come home to your daughter, I come home to the wife and the kids, everyone gets home with all their fingers and toes,
Yeah.
and we move on. How many times have I seen people lose their fingers or break their fingers?
Yeah.
Possibly break their nose.
Guys, it's working now, I think.
Hit myself in my own head with a wrench. No matter how much we preach, we're still going to get injured. It is this heavy equipment industry. It's it's a lot of heavy stuff, and we do a lot of. Just remember the principle: gravity. Gravity is our biggest enemy. Just remember that principle, and that goes back to that whole excavator thing that you showed me that video. The first thing I'm looking at is they're
Oh,
doing something with that cylinder.
we're gonna watch them. We're
Uh,
gonna watch those
oh, really? Oh
videos.
my
Oh
god.
yeah,
Okay, just wait, because I got things to say about that. But
that's awful.
yeah.
Are we able to get into that segment now? Considering we're talking about safety. Okay. uh,
So we're gonna do some reaction videos here, right? So unfortunately, I've already seen one of these videos. It was earlier today, and I was just awestruck on why. It's just like these people obviously don't have the correct training. Yeah, this video.
yeah. So for the people that are on, let's just Spotify, any sort of podcast platform that they're not able to see the screen, I'll kind of describe it to you as the videos go on, and we'll kind of get into it.
We'll do it
Um,
fast though, because 10 or 20 seconds, right? Because
Yeah,
we have a couple
they're
of them.
they're really not bad, but I'm just gonna describe it to them just so
Sure.
that paint the picture a little bit. So we got a large, I would say I wouldn't say large, a decent sized excavator that has, I would say, an oversized bucket on that.
Yeah, that's easily a 300 or a 400 series Caterpillar excavator with an oversized rake bucket on
And
it.
this arm is extended all the way up and the bucket is curled in.
Yeah.
Not fun. And they're working on the passenger side lift cylinder. I don't know if they're trying to take the cylinder out.
I don't know what they're doing, but I see multiple problems. The first problem that I see, you can play it.
Yeah,
Well,
let's play this first.
the first problem that I see is that obviously the arm is up. Gravity is totally against you. That is ridiculous to have that arm up like that. Oh my God, I would have fight. Look at the tracks off the ground.
Yeah, so tracks are already off the ground on this video, or
Yeah.
off the ground on this excavator. Bucket's on the ground now.
But he was reaching around one cylinder, going to the cab side cylinder, doing something to that. And I'm like, well, number one, you're reaching around a cylinder with the arm up. Well, you're asking to be killed. And number two is I don't know what they were doing,
Yeah,
but
I don't know if they were trying to replace a line or the cylinder or the rod was bent in the cylinder, maybe. I don't know, but there should have been something else, either supporting this arm or holding it up, something else.
all right. So most equipment have what's called a load holding valve. And that's if you do blow a line, the load is not supposed to fall like that
Mhm.
at all. Because anybody in the path of that, they're dead.
Immediately.
Anybody in the path of that.
It's going to look like,
If your foot was underneath that track and the track decides to come down, you just lost your foot.
yeah, it's going to look like a ketchup
We just
packet
actually
under
had
the
one of our
car.
customers drop a cylinder on his foot and took out his foot and his ankle.
What?
Yeah, one of the mechanics for those cat cylinders that we just did.
Are you serious?
Yeah, took out his foot and his ankle. Yeah, and the cylinder's about that size. He was removing it, and when he removed it, it fell out of the machine and onto his foot and ankle. Took him out.
What?
We'll talk later.
Yeah, what?
We'll talk later. But this is everything about this is wrong. Everything about this, the bucket position, the arm position, the mechanic balancing on the track, everything about this is wrong.
This position is where he should have started.
But the worst, yes, minus the bucket. The bucket should have been curled.
I mean, yeah, it should have been curled in.
But the worst part about this video is the cameraman is slowly backing up like he knows what's about to happen.
Yeah, he knows what was about to go down.
And that's a dick move.
Yeah.
That's a straight dick move. Because I mean, what happens if and they're laughing about it. It's like, what happens if somebody gets killed or injured? You're
Yeah.
still going to laugh about it? That's a dick move.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah.
All right, we'll move on to the next one.
The next one. Yeah. John Deere tractor.
So a John Deere tractor. This guy's out, looks like the middle of nowhere. I mean,
Yeah.
he's got a hoodie on though, and there's no sun. It's overcast. I don't know what he's doing. I think he knows he's about to get wet.
Yeah.
And there's this large, I would assume is a water line that's running across this entire field, and he's beating some sort of like quick connection off of this line.
There's absolutely no reason to beat anything on or off with a sledgehammer. There's no reason. Fight me. I've been in the industry for 30 years. There's no reason that this should have ever. I don't know what he's doing.
Not even those butterfly disconnects?
Those are, I mean, tap, tap, tap with a ball peen, but that's just a little play
What
the video.
he's doing? Okay, I guess that makes
Watch what he's doing. He is straight man chopping the back of this tractor. Look at that thing. Look at this. No reason.
Yeah.
What are you driving in like railroad track ties? No reason. And rightfully so. Next hit. You deserve that. And that could have seriously took you out.
Oh my God.
They're laughing about it, but all that water's pumping. I mean, they're laughing about it, but it's like, I don't know if that's water or not. I don't know why.
I hope it's water.
Yeah, that's just in our world, dumb fuckery.
Yeah.
Dumb fuckery.
Real bad.
You're welcome. Yep.
All right. So this next one is on a large, I would say this one is going to be a larger crane that's on the back of a truck.
That looks like a Grove crane.
Sure.
Yep. That looks like a Grove crane.
And this thing is pissing hydraulic oil everywhere.
And the cameraman sees that, and yet he's still allowing it to rain off the truck and out onto the parking lot.
And let it run. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good size. I mean, that's like a 60-ton crane. I mean, it's a drivable crane, but there's no reason. Whatever they're doing, he's not even trying to holster anything. You can hear the engine winding up.
I was going to say, you can still hear it running.
But he's not booming over. He's not trying to capture this truck, because you can see the truck is the opposite way. So no one's looking for a leak. I mean, I don't know why they're doing this.
Yeah.
It's just making a huge mess for no reason.
An enormous mess.
For no reason.
And it looks like it's in a residential neighborhood.
It does. It absolutely does.
This looks like it's like in the middle of the street.
Yeah. There's no reason for any of that. But we see these kind of things all the time out on the job site, all of the time, almost daily. We see it, and it's incredible on just the amount of no education out there.
Yeah, and that crane one specifically, those are going to be the ones where I need this crane fixed now.
Immediately. It's an emergency.
Yeah.
It's like, where's all the oil?
Where would you like me to start?
Yeah. It's you just made a huge mess, and now we have to climb through the mess.
Yep.
To then fix the problem, hunt the problem, fix the problem, and then now we're getting yelled at because we're not cleaning the mess.
Yeah.
It's just insane, the amount of stuff that's out there. So I don't know. I shake my head when I see videos like that. And then the other fails. I mean, we were watching fails the other day with heavy equipment, the other night with everybody, and it's just like, oh my God. And of course I geek out. I'm like, that should not happen. That does not happen in the real time. But I've seen pretty much all of it.
Yeah, it's the people that, like I said, are very egotistical, and they want to show their boys that they can make it happen.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, now you're putting yourself in harm's way. You're either going to kill yourself or you're going to kill your other people.
We had a guy lose his leg on a skid steer. I had another guy on a skid steer actually. Skid steers are very dangerous. Actually get almost cut in half. He was life flighted out on a Neptune forklift that raises boats up into dry dock.
Mhm.
He lost his entire right arm and part of his shoulder. There was trauma surgeons there to save his life when the fire department lifted the forklift off. I mean, I've seen it. I've been out there and I've seen it, and it's seeing videos like this and everyone's laughing and hooting and hollering and carrying on. I don't. Maybe it's my age. I don't find it funny. I would be pissed if I saw a thing. That guy sling a sledgehammer behind that John Deere. If I owned that tractor or that hose, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, "What are you doing?"
He could have messed that tractor up
The
with
tractor
the
himself, he
yeah,
could have thrown that sledgehammer through his skull. I mean, anything. That excavator, every one of those guys, every one of them would have been out of a job. Every one of them, and they'd be paying for the excavator. I
yeah.
mean, that's like a $500,000 excavator. So, just be safe out there, y'all. Please be safe. It's an incredibly dangerous job, as we both know. I mean, we're professionals and we still get hurt. It's an incredibly dangerous job.
You would consider me a professional?
I would,
That's good.
well, but we got a new guy that's starting, so we have to teach him the ropes and the safety and all that nonsense. So yeah, it's just be safe. It's crazy.
That's all we ask. I mean, we talk about these horror stories. I obviously have them for on different subjects, and he's obviously got them for the hydraulic side of things. But that's all we ask. We don't want to tell these horror stories to freak anybody out.
Now,
It's more of an informative, and obviously, we want you to be safe at what you're. We want you to be good and be safe at the
yeah,
same time.
have fun. That's cool. Yeah, the doom and gloom stuff. No one wants to hear the doom and gloom,
No,
but it is out there, and it is our job to kind of help you guys with the doom and gloom. But I mean, we still have a blast every day out there. Maybe not Wednesday. Maybe I didn't have a blast on Wednesday, but all in all, accidents happen. No one was hurt, thank God. We move on to the next day, and we keep it pushing, and hopefully in 5, 10, 20 years from now, this will be a huge enterprise that we can look back at these videos and be like, oh yeah, yeah, you know what I mean, that kind of thing. So it's a great profession. Blue collar in general is a great profession. You'll make a lot of good friends. You make a lot of good money. But it's going to take a little bit of effort, a little bit of common sense. Doesn't mean that doesn't mean that if you drive an EV car, or it doesn't mean that if you like to be clean all the time, you can't be blue collar. By all means, we have those guys that drive hybrids and EVs out there, and we
there
have
was people on that site today that were driving
yeah.
Teslas, and yes, I was pointing and laughing at all of them.
But there's nothing wrong with it at all. The only time it ever comes into effect is the union, places.
Mhm.
If you don't have and this comes from out west, my brother's in the union, and he says that if you don't drive an American car on the property, you're not allowed to drive that car on the property. So there are companies out there that still have those old ways about them.
Yeah.
But if you wanna be blue collar, man, be blue collar, just be safe about it, and you'll have a load of fun. It's awesome. Just use some common sense, man. Simple.
Yeah, it's hard to come by, but
Yeah. Well, that's all I think that's all we got for episode 4.
yo,
I think episode 5, we're gonna have our new employee, I think, maybe? Maybe, I don't know. We'll stay
if he's
tuned.
okay with it.
Stay tuned. Maybe we might get both cowboys on the couch.
Yeah, that would be entertaining to have.
That would be fun. That would be hilarious. We'll see if that'll pan out. But yeah, we love doing this. If you have any comments, questions, or anything like that, please write on here, comment below, or if you have our phone numbers, you can text us, and we'll definitely bring up the content on our next episode. And then yeah, stay tuned, and we'll see you on episode 5. Cool. See
Peace.
you.